Hello guys, so this is a new video and in this one we are going to be talking about money. Alright, it's going to be about money. Now, who doesn't like money? Or else who here don't want any of money? Alright, you like it's it's as if like it's more, but still it's similar to me asking whether you could like forget your phone for a week or two. Right, okay, it's not about whether or not you can actually do that, but it's about the it's about how easy it is for you in this life. All right, in the life that you are living, whoever it is that's listening, in the life that you're living, like how easy it is for you to manage everything that will come after you stop using your phone for a week or two. Okay, like if you're a person who's responsible, if you're a person who is in a job or a position where a lot of things happen with your overseeing with you overseeing it, and if you're not there to do them, then or else advise about them, then the whole company is going to like fuck up, right? If you're a person like that, if you're an important person like that, all right, there are so many people like that, mind you, right? If that's the case, then you not answering your phone for a week or two without notice, all right, is going to cause chaos. And your stupid action just to prove a point, all right, is going to affect a lot of people, and that could be in varying magnitudes. And at the end of the day, you're the person responsible for whatever the fuck happens, all right? So in that case, you do know, and I also know, and I empathize with you. I myself also consider the same position from myself, right? So more than the question and the answer being yes, I can leave my phone for a week or two without repercussions, or else without considering the repercussions, right? That's the correct answer that we can give. But that doesn't mean that if it actually comes down to it, we will be able to do that, because there's a lot of people who are dependent on us. Okay, so moving the mobile phone away from our life for a week or two is something that is sometimes not even like imaginable. Okay, and I totally understand that, and I agree. All right, so when it comes to money also, it's the same damn thing. All right, it is not the fact that whether or not you can go a month or two without, or else a month or two without trying to earn money. All right, it's the fact that if you do so, the things that will not be available for you afterwards, or else, yeah, basically that. All right, so so uh so anyone who antagonizes money, or antagonizes the process of earning money, or as to the reason why you're earning money, all right, if someone is trying to question that, if someone is trying to pull some strings that's going to cause problems in that particular avenue of anyone's life, okay, you're not going to be received well. Okay, now where do we hear this statement or a saying that money is bad, or rather you shouldn't like live your life in search of money? Okay, well, there's no one source or one place where this is prominently said. It is almost stated all over the place. Okay, but the thing is, it's a half educated guess. Okay, I'll explain why it is so. All right, if you agree with me, then that's totally fine. If you don't agree with me, please let me know. There might be something that I am not seeing. All right, so all right, so mm, first of all, how important is it, and why do we consider it important? Okay, So for this particular aspect, to answer it, right, there are certain things that we need to first agree upon. Okay, and that is, now when mobile phones, social media, and technology at large, right, when these things came up, when these things were introduced, when these things started integrating into our life more and more, and when life was much easier with them, and it was dependent on them, all right, there was this huge boom of of a of a notion, right, among the boomer generation, and then somewhat into the millennials as well, which was that social media is bad, Facebook is bad, Instagram is bad, mobile phones are bad, like children shouldn't be having mobile phones. Schools were yapping about it all over the place, and schools were confiscating mobile phones, they were destroying them. You find parents destroying PlayStations, TVs, computers, Xboxes. You find all sorts of these videos, and all sorts of news about stuff like that. And the main thing, right, the main thing that they all scream about is how bad social media is, like how bad everything is. All right. Okay. Now, truth be said, okay, can any one of us who's listening to this video, right, maybe if you are from that time, if you're a boomer and if you're a millennial, maybe then yeah, but if not, okay, who here believes that it is the fault of the technology itself, or else if it is the fault of social media, if it is the fault of the mobile phone itself that is causing this problem? Okay, who can honestly say that there is no responsibility, that is, or else there's actually no the major responsibility falls upon the person, right, like prominently, most of the responsibility. Okay, like the mobile phone can ring, the mobile phone can beep, the mobile phone can vibrate. Okay, the mobile phone can display, it can use a number of ways to notify you about anything and everything that is happening, but still it is your decision to pay attention to it. It's just your decision. Okay, now no one understood that, right, and even if they understood it, they didn't want to say anything about it. Okay, they didn't want to do anything about it. So, oh my god. All right, so what happened was, there was this huge commotion about stopping social media, moving it away, how it has ruined lives, how people have been addicted to it, and all these things. And then it took some time for people to actually get it, to people to actually understand it, to people to actually feel about it. Okay, like rather than people, rather like in it, I think this is very common for any and all technologies. All right, as soon as a new technology is introduced, the people who were not born with it, the people who were actually adults when they were experiencing this, all right, for them it's foreign, for them it's new. Okay, for them it is something external, it is something other, right? But as if you're born after the founding of the technology, or the mass production of the technology, whatever it is, right, then you have a much more familiar and friendly understanding, or a friendly view of that particular technology. Like people who found out about social media when they were adults, right, find it difficult to keep on using social media and to understand it, while people who were not even born at that time are the ones dominating it. Okay, so it has something to do with that. Okay, there is some correlation. My god, there is some correlation between those two facts, all right? And I wholeheartedly believe that it is with regards to how you respond to it, and how much of it appeals to you. Okay, so just like that, all right, this notion that money is the thing that is physically causing trouble was a huge problem. Okay, a huge misunderstanding that went on, all right. And it is true that wherever money is, there are funny stuff happening. Okay, wherever money is flowing from, funny things also start to flow from. Okay, these two things are true, but doesn't mean that those two things are congruent with each other, if you get what I mean. Okay, like, two things can happen simultaneously, two things can happen parallelly, all right. Two things can happen at the exact same moment, and all of this could be coincidence, and there could be nothing, I mean not even an atom's worth of relationship between the two, correlation between the two. Okay, but it is up to us to actually see that, understand it, dissect it, better grasp it, and then decide for ourselves what the fuck we are going to do with it. Okay, now, that being said, what the fuck does all of this have to do with money, right? So I see this almost all the time, right? In most, like in our country, there are a lot of tuk-tuks, and I hope you know what a tuk-tuk is. It's a small cart like, uh, motor vehicle with three wheels. All right. So, oh my god, in this one, okay, what our people like to do is that they like to print, um, they like to print or sticker most of the time. At the back end, there's a like, rubber like structure that has the roof is made out of rubber like structure, and on the back of it, they write words like statements of wisdom or quotes, right? And most of the time these are taken from religious scripts and scriptures and books. Okay, it could be a bible verse, it could be from the bhagavad gita, it could be from the tripitaka, whatever it is, all right. But then, and some people just add parts of songs that they like. Okay, so there's all sorts of things, and sometimes even just plain and simple god bless, all right. So, I see this quote, okay, this bible verse, I can't remember the verse exactly, but I have searched it, and that is that money is the root of all evil, all right. Money is the root of all evil. Okay, now, before I dissect this to the fuck all, okay, before I do that, all right, there are two parts in this. One is that money is the root of all evil. Wait, that was the whole. Oh my god, that was the whole Bible verse. One is that money is the root, okay, and the second part is all evil. Okay, those two things cannot happen, cannot exist together in one sentence, and I'll tell you why. So, money being the root, okay, money being the root has to mean that everything that happens in this world can only, no, no, can only be taken down to money, can only be drawn towards money. Like, everything that can happen can only happen because of money. Okay, that is not the case. There are so many things that are more important, and that are more valuable, that comes up more for a lot of evil stuff other than money. Okay, so isolating money and highlighting only that is like, what? Okay, you don't understand shit, that means, all right. And the second part, which is all evil. Okay, so it is both of them are happening in relation to each other. So of all evil. Okay, so all evil. Are you sure? Are you sure that money is the exact thing that is causing all evil? Okay, like there isn't any evil that happens not because of money, right? Let alone like not even in the physical plane. Okay, some of the things, some of the reasons as to why some of the evil happens. Okay, it's not even based on the physical plane itself. Okay, so how the hell is it going to be caused by money? All right. So one is that yeah, money is a physical thing. Okay, and it can affect a lot of things that are physical, but doesn't mean that it is affecting everything that is physical. Okay, not everything that is physical. And when it comes to evil, evil is a combination of physical and metaphysical stuff. Okay, like you can scold someone in an evil fashion and make them suffer because of it. So the suffering part and the words used are both not physical. Okay, but it is still an evil act. You can murder someone, okay, which is a physical act, and that can cause evil too. So evil in itself is a physical and metaphysical, describes physical stuff as well as metaphysical stuff. Okay, so to say that all evil, including the metaphysical stuff, are influenced by only money, which is the root, is mistaken, is a false understanding. Okay, and and the fact that you're going to be describing something that is both good and evil, like it can do. Okay, I'm not denying, I'm not saying that evil doesn't happen because of money. Okay, that is not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that isolating money itself and like vilifying it, okay, having a billboard on top of it, okay, like the whole class is fucking stupid. Okay, the whole class is retarded. Okay, it's unfair to just point out at one guy and say this is the one who's causing everything when it is the whole damn class. All right, so like that, I don't like this verse. Okay, this quote that they're using, I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Okay, so I did a small search and I wanted to see actually what the quote was, and this is what the quote is. All right, let me get it. Okay, so this is the quote. So I asked, is money the root of all evil, and where does this idea come from? Okay, and this idea is actually mentioned in the King James version. All right, so it says, "For the love of money in is the root of all evil." Okay, it says that, like, you read this in top, it says that it's a misquotation. Okay, so there's a bigger part in this quote, which is, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some covered after, they have they have erred from their faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." Okay, so basically explaining how that the love that you have for money, the drive that you have for money, the thirst that you have for money is the root of all evil, and it will, and people covet after it, people do wrong things because of it, and they like deviate from the path of faith and purity, and they pierce themselves. Okay, like you cannot remove it from you, you're embedded into it. Okay, and it brings in sorrow and difficult times. Okay, so basically this is the breakdown of this verse. Okay, now original language breakdown, Greek. Okay, so it says love of money, greed, so basically the same thing. Latin, the Vulgate translation. Okay, it means greed or excessive desire, not just money. Okay, so it can be broken down to that, then common misinterpretations. Okay, the verse does not say money itself is evil. All right, good. It says the love of money, greed, obsession leads to evil. Okay, wealth isn't inherently bad, it is the covetous desire that leads to corruption. Okay, philosophical and real world interpretation. Christian perspective, greed distracts from faith and moral living. Economic view, money is neutral, it's how people use that matters. Okay, modern reality, money can enable both great good, charity, progress, and great evil, corruption and exploitation. Okay, a brief explanation is money is like fire, it can cook and also it can burn your house down. It depends on how you use it. Okay, all fancy words. Now, what the fuck does it mean? Okay, now see, the thing is, okay, the Bible quote says the part that is important for us is that for the love of money is the root of all evil. So it is not talking about money, it's talking about something in relation to money, which is the desire, which is the greed part, which is the yeah, which is the feeling that you have for money. All right, now, still, okay, still, right, not nitpicking, okay, still, I'm honestly asking you, reading this Bible verse, all right, forget that it is from the Bible, reading this quote, okay, wherever it is from, right, can you honestly say that even if it is the desire of money, that that is the cause of all evil? Okay, because it doesn't matter if it was money or if it was the desire for money. Okay, as long as money is still there in that quote, okay, until you remove that physical aspect of it, okay, until you remove the physical aspect of it or remove something that is still clinging on to the physical aspect of it, okay, you cannot make this quote any better. This is still a stupid, dumb, idiotic quote. Okay, why? Alright, because it is still talking about money only. Like, evil is not inherently coming out of money. Like, money isn't the only thing that is always causing evil. There are so many things that cause evil that has nothing to do with fucking money. Nothing. No, like, okay, now, to be honest, this quote is saying it is talking about the desire of money, not money itself. So, this Bane of Grace guy, chill, okay, chill, dude, right? For all of those people, I'm telling you, right? Close your eyes, close your eyes, okay? You see nothing, right? You see nothing. It's all dark, right? Yeah, it's all dark, okay? That's how important you are to me. Okay, you're nothing. Okay, so shut the fuck up. Right, this is my video. Okay, so exactly, what are we talking about? So, the love of money, or else we'll use the exact words, which is the love of money is greed. Okay, so greed is there, there's excessive desire is there as an explanation, there's obsession. Okay, all right, so covetous desire, obsession, greed that we have for money is the root of all evil. For money is the part that is causing the problem. Okay, for money is the part that is causing the problem. There are so many things in this world that happens because of the greed, the lust, the obsession, all that. Okay, but that has nothing to do with money. Has nothing to do with money. So by this Bible verse, by this quote itself, alright, at least, right, it is not talking about them. Okay, it is not talking about them. It is still tangled with money. It is still tangled with the physical aspect of money. Okay, remove money from this quote. What does that mean? The desire, obsession, or greed or the covetous desire is the root of all evil. Okay. Now what? Now what? Okay. Now what? Now it is true. Now it is correct. And I'll tell you why. Okay. I'll tell you why. For now, just hang on with it. Okay. Now it is correct. Okay. Now, in the similar way, okay, remove the desire part. Keep money. Just money. Okay. Money is the root of all evil. Wrong. Okay. The love of money or the obsession of money or the desire of money is the root of all evil. Still fucking wrong. Okay, still fucking wrong. Remove money from the quote. Love, excessive love, obsession or desire is the root of all evil. True. 100 fucking percent true. Why is that? Because it leaves room for you to add whatever it is that is causing evil. Okay. As soon as you remove one aspect or as one okay, so you understand how evil is not just one thing, right? Evil can happen in various ways and due to various things. Sometimes doing good itself can in turn cause trouble for someone else. Okay, like you can do something with a good heart, with good intentions, but it can still fuck up. Alright, so when we are talking about evil, when we are talking about bad things, alright, it doesn't like it is not just one thing that is happening, it is not just one type of thing evil. Okay, it is a whole category that includes a lot of stuff, from minor inconveniences to mass murder like destruction. Okay, so all these things, right, they all need to have some reason, like something that causes it. Okay, and never in my life have I ever found one single way, like a theory of everything, that will explain how all of this is happening. Okay, right, there's no one physical or metaphysical aspect that causes all of this, right? No. Okay, because all these things require various levels and varying levels and magnitudes of vastly different stuff. Okay, so having a quote or else having a guideline that is very strict and that has a frame or else a mandate rather, okay, has a limit to how much it could include, okay, is going to fail, because there are stuff that does not fall into that, and the code should be tweaked and able to encapsulate everything. Alright, encapsulate everything. So this quote, alright, if stated by Jesus or if stated by God, okay, is wrong. Alright, and this being wrong is more than enough reason for me to like shit on it, shit on God and Jesus and the Bible. Okay, so what is the alternative? What is the correct version of this? Okay, simply put, alright, there was this one guy who meditated a lot, who looked at life a lot in a different way, right? He took out a lot of time from his life to explore the meanings and the reasons why things happen. Okay, and when he sat down to think about evil in this world, when he sat down to think about bad stuff and why people do bad stuff, right, this is even before Jesus was born. All right, so like many years before, not 100 or 200, right, many years before Jesus. Okay, so when he sat down and he thought about all of these stuff, right, what he came to understand is that, okay, evil can happen due to many things, not just one. All right, he didn't find any one thing that causes evil. Okay, he didn't find that. All right, So when he thought about it, right, how how come how come there's something like this that happened, okay, that doesn't have one source of, existence, one source of its origin, right? When he was thinking about it, he found out that it is something internal that is causing an external problem, okay, and that internal problem was, one, misbehavior, okay, two, not being mannered enough, okay, three, not being moral, like not understanding good from evil, okay, not understanding that, and fourth, uncontrollable desire, okay, uncontrollable desire, right? Okay, now, as soon as I said uncontrollable desire, okay, it could also mean greed, it could also mean obsession, okay, all these words are interchangeable because they all mean varying magnitudes or else varying levels of the same stuff, okay. So because of that, it doesn't matter what you use, it still means the same thing, okay. So as soon as I said obsession, okay, you were like, so isn't that what Jesus is also talking about? Huh? Didn't he also say the same thing? No, no, you idiot. Look at the verse. Look at the verse. It says the desire of money is the root of all evil. Okay, not that the desire is the root of all evil. Okay, he's saying desire for money. Okay, so here this person who meditated is none other than Lord Buddha. Alright, he is an ordinary person. There's nothing special about him. Okay, let's for instance ignore, okay, let's for instance ignore, okay, both Jesus and Lord Buddha are any significant, okay, any significant other than being two human beings, okay. So there's one guy who out of Galilee in in the past, okay, in Galilee, born to an born to unknown parents, who started talking about how he is the son of God, okay, he said all this stuff, had 12 disciples, okay, 12 people who were always with him, and then out of the blue, without any reason, without any sort of uh, any sort of what you call it, any sort of cause or reason, okay, started preaching and said something like this, which is, the love of money is the one that is causing all the evil in this world, okay. And then you have in this side, okay, when it comes to Buddhism, you have an actual person, an actual prince of India, okay, an actual prince of India with historical records to prove that this person actually existed and that this person was a prince in India, okay, born to a king and queen, okay, whose names are there, whose registrations are there, not a fabrication, okay, was born. So one of these guys are saying that he was born through a virgin, okay, and all these fucking miracles and stuff that cannot happen but somehow has happened, and he's claiming all these things were true, okay. Since we are looking at these two stories of these two people as if we are only going to accept them as humans, okay, you're going to forget that Jesus Christ was actually the son of God if you are believing that, and you're going to forget that Lord Buddha had two 500 some lives before being like born in this version, okay. You're going to forget all that, okay. You're only going to look at these two people as two historical human beings, okay. So one is just a man, like there's nothing of value to that person, there's no royalty that is there in his blood, okay, other than the fact that he is a he belongs to a long list of um, like family members, and then that bloodline somehow connects to a king is a different story. Okay, like Jesus, like the human Jesus. Okay, he was never a prince or a king or someone related or close to that level. Okay, it's just a person. Now this other person that we are talking about, who is Lord Buddha, is a well educated for that particular period of time. Okay, he is well educated, well mannered, like well advised. Okay, well behaved, right, and had all the like facilities and like luxury. Okay, experienced all that. All right, he was the prince, he was the one who was going to be crowned as soon as his father dies, right? But then after some time living there in the palace, he was fed up with life. Okay, he was fed up with life, he didn't want to go through all that, and therefore he said, fuck all this, I'm going out, I'm going to go to a forest, lay myself down, and I'm going to meditate and find meaning for life. Okay, I want to know as to why we are living, right? So there is initiative there. There's a reason why he's doing what he's doing. Alright. Whereas this other person from Galilee, there's no reason as to why he's doing. He's just blabbering bullshit. Right. He's just saying stuff, and there's no reason as to why this stuff he's saying is being said. Okay. Other than to like instigate violence with the Jews. But anyhow, alright, and ends up saying something as stupid as this, right? Whereas this prince who went to the forest, went and then sat down, started meditating, understood everything because he was educated, alright, started like finding reasons and answers for everything and why everything is happening, and was very in tune with nature, understood science, understood mathematics at that time, all right, understood all of this, all right, and then made the educated guess to say that it is not one physical thing that is causing all these problems, but there are several, and of them, one major and important thing is desire, is obsession, is greed, and he left it at that, right? That is the point that defines this man, who is historically an actual person, who was actually there, who actually did what he said that he is doing. Okay, okay, this is the point that differentiates him from Jesus. Even if Jesus was the Son of God, and give him all the credit that you are giving, and even if he was actually true, actually the Son of God, still, okay, that fucking idiot said something as absurd as this, which is that it is the desire for money that is causing the problem. Okay, this is not one thing that I'm talking about. Okay, the whole Bible is full of bullshit like this, full of bullshit like this. Okay, and the Christians and the Catholics, poor guys, all right, they have to do all sorts of mental gymnastics and ballerina dances in order for their version of twisted and misquoted and misguided and translated bullshit to make like be true, right? Whereas when it comes to Buddhism, the reason why I find it very easy to understand and very easy to follow and very easy to break down and criticize also, right? It is not as if I'm cutting slack for it. Okay, so it is very easy to do because almost everything is so simple and understandable and is presented it without confusion. Okay, you don't have to do any gymnastics to understand it. It's desire that is causing the problem. Okay, like imagine you love your wife, all right, everybody does, all right, everybody does, other than Ted Bundy, all right, and who was the guy, uh, who's this guy, can't remember the fucker's name, uh, the one who murdered his wife and got caught, and then was wearing this glove and wrote a book. If I murdered my wife, this is how I would have done it. And OJ Simpson, my guy. All right. Other than these guys, all right, everybody else loves their wife. All right. Okay. So imagine you are at a point where you cannot live without her. Okay, you're at a point where you cannot live without her. You're obsessed about her. Okay, every time she go out, you are questioning her, you're not trusting her, you're going after her, you're calling her all the time, you're checking up on her, you don't give her privacy. Okay, so you have come to a point where you are obsessed, and it is not just, just obsession. You are at an adverse level of obsession. Okay, that is going to cause evil down the line. You're going to mistrust her, something is going to happen, and maybe you kill her, or maybe she leaves you and then you die, or something bad is going to happen because of that obsession. Okay, now, was that obsession caused by money? No. Like, let's say, okay, verse come to verse, let's say something happened, and you see her like meeting up with one of her friends, and in that friend, or a set of friends, there's this one guy, and then you think your wife is having an affair with this person, when in fact it nothing like this. They're just meeting up with friends. And then you come home, you question, you get angry, it becomes uncontrollable, and you hit her, she hits the wall like an Indian film, and then she cracks her head and she dies. All right, so evil happened, murder. All right. Okay, now, where in that story is money there? Like, where in that story was it the desire of money that caused that particular problem? There isn't there isn't Okay, there isn't. Then what caused evil in that scenario? It was the fucking obsession. It was the fucking obsession. Your greed for her love, your greed for her attention, your greed for her physical being. Okay, maybe you were deprived of attention when you were small, and when you were little, and when you were growing up, and that is why you're this much desperate for attention. Okay, maybe that's the case, but still, it is the obsession. It is the excessive desire of your wife, of love, for crying out love, something good. So, desiring and obsessing over something good can also cause trouble, can also cause evil. That's the beauty of this thing. That's the beauty of this understanding to which Lord Buddha came to. Alright? To which Lord Buddha came to. Normal human being. Okay? And the Son of God fucking blundered it. That's where my ass cracks. Okay? So, what else? What else can we think about? Okay? Let's say you're a career driven person, right? You're going through this project in your life, and this is the highlight of your life. Right? You want to be known for it. Okay, it's not about money. Okay, it's not about fame, but it is this one thing that interests you so damn much. Okay, one project that you have poured your heart and soul into it. It has become your baby in a sense. Okay, and this project, like the success, the feeling of success of it, is the thing that is going to actually set you down and make you say, okay, I have done enough for my life. All right. Okay, so it's a big thing. All right, let's say that, yeah, it is going to cause some mass good for the people. Okay, let's say like that. All right, let's imagine this. Okay, so you're obsessed over it, like you're pouring in day and night, and like there's no breaks for you. Okay, you're obsessed, you're having it all for it. Okay, and then finally something happens. Right, let's say, maybe the engineer who's supposed to be working is cutting slack, and like he's not that much interested into it, and you're trying to explain to him like that he needs to give his all because this is your project and you want to get it done. but he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't like it. So and you don't know about that particular aspect of this project. Okay, so it is not like you can fire him and get someone else replaced. You don't have resources and time to do that also, so you are in a tight schedule, and very, like, unbalanced state. And because of that, what is happening now, you're arguing with him, you're arguing with him. And because of the obsession that you have to get it correct, because of the obsession that you have to get it done right, you're going to start a fight with him. And because of this fight, that person is going to die, or maybe you end up dead after getting a good thrash into your head. Okay, so that is an evil ending, that is a evil outcome. Now, where was money in that story? In which part was money involved, or the desire of money was involved? Nowhere. All right, nowhere. It was the obsession over your career, it was the obsession over this project, right? It was the excessive desire for it to be a success that got you in trouble. Okay, so the end part that happens before you say is the root of all evil, okay, needs to be an umbrella term. And also, there's no one root for all evil. Okay, all evil happen for various reasons, for all the reasons. And therefore, the term that precedes all evil should be something that includes everything. So there's no one theory of everything, and therefore that should be left out, that should be left alone. So money is not the root of all evil, the desire for money is not the root of all evil. Okay, the desire of money is a reason for evil, but is not the root of all evil. That is where this explanation, or as that is where this quote, this utterance from God itself falls flat. Okay, that's the point, that's the place where it was wrong. Okay, there's no one thing for all evil. All evil can happen for various reasons, and the fact that God didn't see that is the joy of my life. Okay, so what Buddha said is true. It's the desire, and you can be desiring about anything. You can have obsession over anything. Okay, even doing good. Like, even like, imagine a perfectionist. Okay, he's trying to do good. Okay, let's say he's trying to find a cure for cancer. All right, and he is going through breakthroughs, and he's very dedicated to it, and he wants to get it done, and he wants it to be free. All good, all good. Okay, but he doesn't get a chance to do the human trials. All right, now, without doing the human trials, you cannot get a drug out. Okay, so in order to do human trials, what does he do? He does it on his own. How does he do on his own? He will kidnap people, take them home, and then do the human trials on them. Okay, now, his desire to find a cure for cancer is going to save billions of lives in the future, right? That is a guarantee. But still, he's killing people in order to get it done. Okay, so that is an evil thing that he is doing. And why is he doing it? Is he doing it for money? No, money was never involved. Is he doing because of the desire of money? Still no. That is not what he wants. What he wants is to find a cure. So it is the obsession over that which is causing the evil. Okay, so what I want anyone who's listening to this, okay, what I want you guys to understand is that there is no one thing that is going to be causing everything else. That is not there in nature. Okay, this whole idea comes from the fact that God saying everything comes from me. Okay, so if the writers of the Bible are trying to mirror this effect through Jesus Christ himself, and trying to match things that he is saying that may or may not be true, right? they're going to put them all together and try to show them, like show it up as if it's talking about something in parallel, and that thing that is in parallel it's referenced into is the fact that everything came from God. Therefore evil also should come from one place. Okay, it is not like that. Right, what I can say is that in Isaiah 45, I believe Isaiah 45 or 47, I can't remember correctly, but within Isaiah 145, I think it says, okay, it says, I from me comes light, from me comes darkness. I God create evil and good. I God created the heavens and the earth. All things come from me. Okay. So if one thing is true, it is that if everything comes from God, then definitely evil also should come from God. But if evil is not coming from God, and if evil came from some other place, and if evil is like so disastrous and more vicious than goodness, okay, then I believe that whoever created evil also should be in equal parts powerful as God. All right, and whomever you're going to attribute the origin of evil to is going to be in equal power to God. So if you don't like that, then you cannot say that evil comes from any other place, and when in fact you are believing in the Bible, so therefore everything in the Bible you should believe, and therefore God saying that evil and good both come from him, you should accept. And if you accept both those terms, which you must do, then you understand that goodness and evil come from God. Okay, comes from God. Okay, now even if that is the case, right, still you cannot say that the reason for the existence of evil, whereas the reason why evil happens in this world is because of money or the desire for money or any likeness of money, is fucking untrue. And the reason why is that it is not money or the desire of money that is causing problems, but rather the desire of anything. It could be anything, the obsession over anything, even things that are good, even things that are bad, obviously. Okay, even things that are so insignificant can cause great harm down the line. So, therefore, vilifying money, making money, like singling out money in this conversation, is the stupidest thing that you can do. Okay, that being said, it also should be stated that money is the root of all evil, or desire of money is the root of all evil. But the church doesn't seem to stop asking for it, right? Like that doesn't happen in any place. Like almost all, right? Almost all the worship places, almost all the religious institutions, almost all the charities, almost all the fundraisers, almost all the convents, almost all the like publicly owned schools and stuff like this. Okay, they ask money. Money is the foundation of our economy in this world. Money is the foundation of our livelihoods in this world. So we cannot vilify it and still be using it. Okay, we cannot do that. All right, that's like spitting onto the plate that you were just eating. Okay, you don't do that. You respect it. You respect the things that you have and you give value to it. Okay, so something valued cannot be like this, right? It cannot happen like this. Okay, so other than trying to provide a good or clear reason, just simply stating that money is the root of all evil, or saying that the desire of money is the root of all evil, is wrong. This is something that is stated by, like, if it is stated by God, then it shows that he is not God, whoever it is that is speaking. If this was stated by Jesus Christ, then it shows that he is just a human being and not God. Okay, all right. And like Buddha, who is just a man who never claimed to be a god, who's not claiming to be a god even now. Okay, what he said out of understanding, he said out of meditating and taking time to actually know what he's talking about. Okay, so there was a big process, there was a big time, not just 40 fucking days. Okay, there was a big time. like years and years of meditating and coming to terms and understanding everything little by little and little by little, and that's how what he said is said. And therefore we can clearly see, like there's this thing, the best way to know if you know something, the best way to know if you know something truly is that you will be able to explain it to a child in the most simplest of terms, such that the child will understand it. No matter how complex what you know is, if you don't know it to the amount that you should know it, then you will not be able to explain it to a small, like a kid. Basically that's what the story is. That means you should know about the inner mechanics and the core competencies of whatever the subject is, and if you know that, then you can simply replace it with understandable stuff, everyday stuff, and explain it to a kid in a way that the kid will understand it. Okay, that is the that is the true measure of knowledge. And now see, between these two quotes, one which is very convoluted using a lot of fucking stupid words and doesn't get to the point, okay, and the other thing which is stated by Lord Buddha, which is that the root of all evil is obsession. Very simple, very simple. Anyone can understand it, no confusion, no convolutions, and you don't need to believe in Lord Buddha for it to be true. Okay, just like in the previous case, you have to believe that Jesus Christ is the savior, you have to believe that Jesus Christ is God, and therefore what he's saying is true and I should believe in it. Like that is the whole memo. But when it comes to Lord Buddha and his teachings, you don't need to believe any of it. Okay, you just need to sit down, listen to it, and just understand it, experience it yourself. Okay, and then you come to the conclusion. Very simple, even a child can understand that, and that shows how much of a knowledge he is pulling from, while Jesus Christ or whoever it is just blabbering bullshit. Okay, so this is the video for today. Let me know what you think. Thank you.